Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I have filmed this freaking intro so many times. I'm getting really tongue-tied today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. If you are new here, thank you for coming along. I'd love if you'd subscribe and join my little YouTube family. So it is Christmas 2019 and by the time you see this it'll be Sunday evening and Christmas will be on Wednesday. So maybe you have to go into the shops and you need to get a couple more presents. Today I am going to talk to you about 10 things you need to consider when you are interacting with retail staff. So basically, I've never been a Christmas person simply because I worked in retail for 10 years and I hated Christmas. I dreaded it. It was horrific. It was long hours. It was stress. It was horrible people. It was not being able to pee. It was hunger. It was just not a good time. So if you just consider these few things when you go into a shop to do your Christmas shopping, then you know what? You'll be a better person. You really, really will. So number one, if you come up to somebody at the till and you've been in the queue for like 5 minutes and you say, yeah, I can get this like across the road for a €5 cheaper. I'll be honest, like I don't care. I do not care. Do not be coming to me with that kind of thing at Christmas. Like I don't care how much you, like go to that other shop. Like get out of my face. Go to the other shop. Number two, yes, sometimes we stand in the stock room for maybe a minute or two just to catch our breaths, like genuinely, either just to be in a nice cool stock room or just to give our heads a little bit of space away from the madness of the shop floor. And yes, that happens and we are entitled to that, so back off. One of, oh my god, one of the biggest bugbears that I used to have in retail was when somebody would come up with a product, I would scan it, for some reason it wouldn't scan, and they'd say, oh haha, it must be free. Don't ever utter those words. That is like the worst joke and the most repetitive joke that retail people hear. Don't be that person. So let me set the scene. It is 5 to 6. The shop closes at 6 o'clock and you come in for a browse. Don't do that. Like it's 5 to 6, you know. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. In Ireland, we have something that's called a one-for-all voucher, okay? So a one-for-all voucher is basically money on a card that you can spend at lots of different retailers. Not every retailer, but lots of different retailers. Please, please, please know that in the retailers that you can spend your one-for-all voucher in, they cannot check your balance. They can't check your balance. You need to check your own balance. And this is more like a public service announcement. You need to check your own one-for-all balance. The amount of times people come up and say, how much is on my card? And I'm like, I don't know, I can't check that. This doesn't belong to the store you're in right now. This belongs to, like, you know, on post. I can't check your balance. And then they get huffy because they think you're just not doing it. If you have a one-for-all voucher, check your own balance. Don't expect the person at the till to be able to do that and then get annoyed because they can't. Because they actually can't. I don't even know what number I'm on. But anyway, if you are in a shop looking for assistance and you see somebody walking through the shop with a sandwich and a coffee and their coat on and you stop them for assistance, you are a bad person. Don't do that. They're on their break. They're probably running to try to not get stopped. So just don't do that. Let them have their break. Find somebody else. So let's pretend that, again, let's go back to our powder puff. Let's pretend you're buying this powder puff. You saw it on the shelf for €5 and I've scanned it in and you see that it's coming up for €7. Please don't let that go through and then say, oh, well, it's actually, my receipt says €7 and it was actually €5 on the shelf. Like, flag that before it goes through the till, because it's really annoying when somebody says that. As much as it's probably the retailer's fault that it's scanning wrong, fine, but it's really annoying when there's 20 people behind you in the queue. You then have to call a manager, get a refund, fill out refund stuff. Like, so just, you know, have an idea of a price in your head. If it comes up and it scans incorrectly, shout it at that stage. Maybe that's a bit controversial and people are gonna go, oh my god, Amy, were you like a really lazy retail person? I absolutely was not. But these are little things that help. Like if you notice a problem with the price, just shout. My next point, and again, I've totally lost my numbers, and maybe I'll know my numbers in the edit. My next point, and this kind of ties into the don't come in at 5 to 6 if you want to browse. I would say don't come in at 10 to 6 if you want to try on 5 pieces of clothing, because 99% of the time, the retail staff are only paid until 6 o'clock, and they will hate your guts. Like, they will hate your guts so hard. Don't do that. If you know you're looking for something and you want to try something on, go in early. Like, be a good person. I think this is all about just being a sound person. Be respectful, be considerate. I used to work in a sports shop, and so the amount of times people would come in at 5 to 6 with a big armful of clothing, go into a dressing room and start trying on clothes. And then, do you know what they'd do? They'd leave the clothes in a big huge pile on the ground in the dressing room because, like, you know, no one has homes to go to in retail. We all just live in the shops. A really important point, and if you take nothing else from this video, take this. If you come to the till on your phone, you're an asshole. I've said it, I'm sorry. I don't care if you are making a 999 call. Don't come to the till on your phone. It's the most, like, rudest thing you could possibly do. Just, like, don't do it. Don't do it. Make the call afterwards. Take the call beforehand, whatever. Don't expect somebody to serve you when you're on the phone to somebody else, and they might ask you a question and then you're like, sorry, what? And, like, just don't do it. Don't do it. My next point, 99% of the time in big retailers, the staff can't control the prices. I used to work in a gift shop, and people used to say, oh, you'll knock a £5 off that. I was like, I'm sorry, what do I look like? Do I look like I own this place? Like, I don't. Like, we don't control the prices, so just be aware of that. Like, don't be that person that's looking for money off, because, you know, unless there's a reason, and usually it's only a manager that can actually authorize that. Yeah, don't do that. Like, majority of the time we can't control the prices. My last point, and I really hope this is point 10, because like I say, I got so passionate there that I actually forgot my numbers. My last point, a lot of shops are going to have sales on the 26th, 27th of December. I mean, like, looking in the window at 5 to 9 and the shop opens at 9 o'clock is not going to get you in faster. FYI, it's not going to get you in faster. As much as people might think it will, it won't. Or knocking on the window and being like, I really want the sales. That's not going to work. That's just not, no, just don't do that. So guys, that's it. That's 10, I think 10, because like I said, I lost count. That's 10 things I'd love for you to consider this Christmas, or for the rest of this Christmas, when you are interacting with retail staff. Be nice to everyone you encounter, and life will be better for everybody. I'd love to hear what you think down below. If you work in retail, if you're working this Christmas, I'd love for you to comment down below. Let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if any funny situations have happened to you over the last couple of weeks, because let's face it, it's crazy season, and you know, I think people that aren't normally in society come out around Christmas, and you always have really interesting interactions with other people. So anyway, let me know, give me your funny stories. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.